Sunday, April 10th, and today we have a Mutable Grand Cross, which starts about 6:30 a.m. We have an Earth Trine and we have a Mutable T-Square. So we've got lots of energies, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to set the trend, and it's going to set the trend throughout all of May. We're going to be seeing these same similar energies. We're going to see maybe not this Mutable Grand Cross energy, but we're definitely going to see the Mutable T-Square, and we're going to see an Earth Trine that develops into a kite all the way through May. So we've got some energy really, really pushing us to make some very long-term changes. With that energy comes reflection. So what happens when we get into an Earth Trine is it slows us down. We approach everything real slow. Our thought processes become a little bit more methodical. We're a little bit more indecisive in this energy because we really want to think things through on a thorough basis before we make definite decisions. You do become very goal-oriented in this energy, but these are not about these immediate superficial goals. It's about long-term goals. Now, the strange energy in this is, yes, we do have Uranus and we do have the Sun in this very, very self-aware part of us, but I believe what it's doing is it's aligning us with stability, routine, perspective. On a very simplistic level, it's like being in a state of gratitude. I don't need more right now. I'm happy with what I have. I'm blessed. It could be worse. Like, you're going to have those mindsets. There's not that need to make that immediate change. Now, some of us, when we get into this Grand Cross today, we're going to just, it's a difficult aspect. What it is that we're going to have an extremely hard time focusing, especially if we're trying to communicate a state of mind, or we're trying to communicate an idea, or we're trying to be understood. I believe you're going to come up with some sort of resistance, and the communication is not going to flow well. Not the energy to have heart-to-heart talks with others. I believe that it's just, I think that you just need to reevaluate. This is more of an internal process, I believe, in this energy. I think that you may find it hard to adapt to change. You may feel very, very scattered. When you are unsettled in energy, if some of you are attaching to the earth energy, you're not going to make any changes because you don't feel the stability that's attached with making any significant change. I kind of like that we have this big Sun and Uranus alignment, then we have this Earth Trine that comes in, and this Mutable T-Square that comes in and really takes everything down a notch. And I'm going to tell you why, because we need to firm up our belief systems, our mindsets right now. I love that this energy is here, because what it really speaks to me on is the fact that, next week we have Mars going into retrograde. I think it's the week after that we have Mercury goes into retrograde. We're going to have Pluto in retrograde. We're going to have Jupiter in retrograde. We're going to have Saturn. We have Saturn in retrograde. Like, we have all these planets that are in this retrograde reflective process. And so what this do, it dials us back, and our energy levels are going to drop. I believe many of you are going to just feel unusually tired, or you don't really feel like doing a whole lot. Definitely don't feel like having a lot of deep conversations about the meaning of life in this energy. I believe that many of you are going to be, what I like about this energy, there's a plus to this energy, is that it allows us to see all sides of an argument. Say that there is some energy that's resisting progression right now in your life. There's an obstacle in your life, and you can't quite figure out how to overcome it. That's frustrating, because if you're an action-oriented person, you're going to immediately want to hurdle it and make some very drastic and hasty decisions, but the longevity of them it's just ridiculous to do right now. You don't know what you're doing. There's something you don't see in energy like this. There's something that is confusing you, something that you're not quite clear in this energy. So you don't, even though your ego is going to want to drastically react to it, it is foolhardy as hell. That is just all ego, and it's going to be that little kid that gets their butt spanked because they just simply could not listen to the word no. So I believe that some of you are going to feel that type of energy today where it's just going to feel very difficult. Now, I think it's important to talk about the energies that are at play because I think that helps us understand, what we're dealing with. So I believe that for some of us, when we're involved in this energy, I believe what it boils down to is our thoughts are going to be involved, the way that we interpret our environment. This is all at a very, very superficial level, very immediate level. This isn't that expansive energy. It's very routines, the rituals. Some of us, it's going to do with our health. So for some of us, this is dialing it back, the day-to-day duty, responsibility, the grind of it all. I believe some of you are going to be able to be focused on that and not so much in this expansive need to change everything, change a whole outcome, but just to, get in the swing of things. Just allow some positive repetition to come into your life and empower your stability. I believe that is what it's all about, is just in a really positive form of vibration. I believe we need to add stability at a time when there is no stability. And the way to do that is to create habits and rituals and routines that support stability. Now, for some of you, the clarification is, I don't know what that is. And that's when we'll hit this big, huge mutable T-square. And I believe that that's okay. This, to me, significantly, we have this much energy speaking at this level. This is a day of revelation, of awareness, of awakening. You are aligning the self with your environment. So if something is not right in your environment, you're not about making some big, significant, drastic change. You're about evaluating it before acting. And I am a firm believer in removing emotion before you do any drastic actions, because I deeply believe that when we make a lot of decisions in the moment, like you would with a Sun and Uranus, in conjunct, I believe that we have these desires some of us will have these desires to make these drastic reactions. And then I believe that they're going to be hit with this incredible Mutable Grand Cross that really just says, hold up, you know what? This isn't the time to take action right now. Dial yourself back. You don't see something. This is the realization what's really going on in your environment. You know what? And this is going to impact you in the way that you feel. You're not going to feel too adaptable. You're going to firm up something in this energy. And more importantly, this is going to affect that thing that's day to day. So there may be some clarity in that routine, that ritual, that habit. That's something that you just really are resisting to let go of for many of you. For some of you, this could be the trine energy. The mutable T-square, you could be really in tune with that. And you're like, well, I'm not going to make any decisions right now. Energy just doesn't feel altogether stable. I'm going to hang back. I'm going to just absorb my immediate environment. I'm going to go take long walks. I'm going to do the simple things. And I'm just going to really, really become empowered in what I have right now. That immediate need, that immediate want, they're being basically met. And I appreciate this on a very simplistic level. When energy simplifies us, I think more importantly what it does is it makes us in a state of gratitude for the little things. If anybody has experienced a significant loss, a lot of this mutable T-square energy has to do with loss of control, loss of oneself, control. To me, the mutable T-square represents just the inability to adapt. I believe that when we're in that state of resistance, we just take a look at the little things and we're like, thank God I came home and I could just take a long hot shower and go to bed and just zone out in front of the TV. That simple. I needed that at the end of my day, because what I was really attaching to was progressive energy in energy that's not progressive.